Welcome to Clay Center Now. My name is Amy Bear and I'm with Clay County Economic Development Group. Today we are speaking with Matt Weller. He is the principal of Lincoln Elementary School here in Clay Center with USD 379. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. I was wanting to get a kind of a brief overview of USD 379 and the different schools that it consists of.
Yeah, so USD 379 is a little unique in that it's a county school district, so it includes both Clay Center and Wakefield. So I think there's about 1,200 students overall between the two communities.
Okay.
Wakefield is a K-12 community, and then at Clay Center we have Lincoln here, which houses early childhood development pre-K building, or part of the building, and then we have a K through 3. So it's about 350 students and about around 375 to 400 if you include the pre-K.
Okay.
And then we have a standalone 4-5 building called Garfield Elementary, and then we have a 6 through 8 middle school, and then we have a 9 through 12 high school in Clay Center.
Okay, awesome. Since you were the principal of Lincoln Elementary, definitely, and you kind of touched on it a little bit ago, about how many students you had and all that stuff, good stuff. How many? What's your student to teacher ratio? How many staff members do you have? I mean, all that good stuff.
Well, we have approximately 70 staff members. It's actually the largest amount of staff as far as buildings go in the district, which was really surprising when I came here 3 years ago. I had no idea there was that many that were here. But because we house the pre-K building, and then because we have speech department here, OT, physical therapy, all that is here housed in Lincoln, which is great to have. And then with our paras and aides and all of our classified staff, it's a lot. But we have 4 sections per grade level. And first grade we have 5 sections. So we're really lucky in that. In kindergarten, every kindergarten teacher also has a kindergarten aide. Our philosophy is that kindergarten and first grade year are really important years academically, so we want to give those kids as much help as we can during that time. And then in first grade, we don't have the aides, but we have 5 sections, which means smaller class sizes. So our class sizes average anywhere from 16 to 23 kids.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent.
So pretty good ratios.
Great. Now, what sets Lincoln Elementary School apart from other elementary schools in the area or throughout the state?
Well, I'll just tell you my story because it's going to go right into that.
Okay.
I was a high school journalism teacher in Chapman for 12 years, and I came to Clay Center as the assistant principal and activities director at the high school. So, and I did that job for 2 years. And Mike Folks was superintendent, and I had a discussion after those 2 years. There was an elementary teacher, Jill Sandeman, retired here, and they were looking for somebody to come to the elementary, and we talked about the possibility of me going there, and I had no elementary background at all. As in, I felt like I could do some things well, but in terms of curriculum and stuff like that, I knew very little. But what I did know, because my kids went here, to Lincoln, I did know that the staff was very good, and I knew that we had who ended up being the Kansas Counselor of the Year, and Kristen Wright, in our building. And a counselor is so huge in the success of any school, but definitely an elementary school. And I knew that we had really good parents and kids. And so that really intrigued me, and so that's why I ended up taking the job. So I guess the biggest thing I would say is we have a staff that's for the most part has been here for a long time. They are open to new ideas because I threw a lot of things at them, but I also learned a lot from them too my first year because they're very good at what they do. I think that's the biggest thing. When I came, like I said, academically, we have I didn't know a lot in terms of, and I'm a lot better now 3 years later than I was when I started. But I leaned a lot on the staff. I leaned a lot on Jacqueline Fitzmeyer, who's our curriculum director. But what I did know how to do was character education and just my journalism background, just PR, public relations, and that sort of thing. I felt like I was decent at that, so I said, let me do what I know I'm good at, and then I'll learn as I go. So I really feel like from a character education standpoint that we do a really good job here, and just behavior management in the building is really, really good.
Okay, great. That's good to know. I think now would be a great time to take a break, and in a little bit we're going to highlight the award that Lincoln Elementary School won in the last year, so stay right here.
You're invited to come visit, shop, and spend some time in beautiful Clay Center, Kansas. A Full House, located at 510 Dexter in Clay Center, is your upscale rent-to-own store with the lowest prices guaranteed. They only carry high-quality name-brand products that are made to last. At A Full House, they put the customer first by offering free delivery and setup of all merchandise, free relocation while renting their products, free loaner services, and the best price guaranteed. Stop into A Full House today for all your home furnishing needs. Shop beautiful Clay Center today and find what you've been looking for.
At Eagle Communications, we're proud to provide the communications services you need to get the most from today's technology. Our employee owners make it happen. We're part of your community, and we take pride in delivering excellent customer service. If you ever have a question, give us a call. We're here to help. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Welcome back to Clay Center Now. This is Amy Bear with Clay County Economic Development Group. And we've been speaking with Matt Weller, the principal of Lincoln Elementary School here in Clay Center. And before the break, that I had kind of alluded to that they had won a national award. Matt, could you tell us a little bit about the award that you guys had won?
Yeah, so it's a National School of Character Award, and we found out about a year and a half ago that we won the award. It starts with it's from character.org. Is the website that we started the process on, and before I came here, they earned a Promising Practice Award, that's like one thing that we're doing in the school that promotes character education.
Okay.
And so Kristen and they went to the and I think I went to it as well because that was the next year, and when we went to it, we saw the schools that won the State School of Character, and we thought, boy, we're doing a lot of this stuff. Mm-hmm. So we decided to apply the next year, and it was a long process. There's actually 11 principles that they base kind of their mission statement on, and we had to show of those 11 principles what we're doing in our building that meet those 11 principles.
Okay. What are some of those 11 principles? I know there's quite a few of them, so it's kind of hard to go through all of them.
Right, and a lot of it's just core values. Okay. You know, and what we do in the community. You know, our behavior management. In terms of the building, what our kids do above and beyond in the classroom academic settings, stuff like that. Okay,
what kind of things did you guys do to win the Character Award? What kind of program did you guys follow?
Well, we followed. If you know the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, mm-hmm. The book, the Leader in Me, the Stephen Covey book, is basically the elementary version of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And they have a whole program that they sell, and we've basically have not bought the program, but we've gone to different symposiums. We did a book study as an entire building, it really is not just Lincoln. Actually, we're using this this concept in almost every building in the district.
Okay.
So, but the idea behind it is that everybody is great at something, mm-hmm. and it's our job as educators to find out what that is and then help them excel in that area.
Okay.
That's basically the process behind it.
Okay, great. What kind of different activities do you have the students do to develop, the character in the program?
Yeah. Well, we do a lot of things. Some of this stuff was done even before I got here with Kristen, but some of it we've kind of added on. The biggest thing that we do, I think really in terms of character education, is that every single student in our building has some sort of a job.
Okay.
And that can be just in the classroom, or our third graders, which is our highest level in our building, can actually apply for jobs through Kristen, through our counselor.
Oh, really? Like what kind of positions do they get up?
Well, you can be lots of things. Morning greeter, you can do table washers, you can be a leader at our Rise and Shine program that we have every Friday. You can be a heavy lifter. So there's lots of different things. You can do a scuff manager, so you clean our hallways and stuff like that. And all of it's once a week, so it doesn't take away much academically, but there's actually an application process that every kid has to apply.
Okay.
And then Kristen will go through and pick kids for certain jobs, and they may not get the job they want. They may get a job and then not do that job the way it's supposed to be done, and they may get fired from that job.
Oh.
But the thought process behind that is, hey, it's a safe environment, a lot safer than when you're 20 years old and
Sure.
and trying to figure out that way. So the idea is that that you're trying to teach kids those real world applications that they can use later on in life. But the other thing about it is it gives kids ownership in the building. And the whole thought process is kids are much more likely to go to school, want to go to school and be a part of a building where they have some ownership in what's going on. And that really comes back from my high school background of really trying to get kids involved in something. It doesn't have to be sports, but any kind of activity that we can do that makes kids want to come to school, because that's going to help them later on in life too.
Yeah, and everything I've noticed is it's so important for kids to be involved with something and find out that something that they truly enjoy, and that makes them feel more engaged and ready to be when they become adults, become active participants within the community, and that's fabulous. Before we had our interview, spoke earlier this morning, we were talking about Leader in Me. Can we kind of go over that for our audience just a little bit and kind of see what that's about?
Sure. So like I said, it's the elementary version of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And so the principles are actually right here.
Oh, okay.
Which basically this verbiage is used in every single classroom across the entire building, and really, like I said, across the entire district. So our kindergarten students know what be proactive means, just like our 3rd grade students. So when a 3rd grade teacher would tell a kindergarten student that they saw in the hallway, hey, are you being proactive? They're going to know what that means, which is really nice because that verbiage then goes on throughout.
Okay.
But we use these 7 habits, and throughout every classroom we do activities, but then also Kristen, in our counseling sessions that she has with different grade levels, we teach these habits as well.
Okay.
And basically it's trying to make you a well-rounded person. And we talk a lot about doing the right thing when no one's watching. So it is behavior management, but really it's bigger than that. It's all encompassing and just trying to be a better person overall.
Yeah. How does something like this fit in with the overall curriculum? Because obviously, with the school you have to be, teach to the standards and whatnot. How are you able to fit this within the curriculum mandated by the state?
Yeah. Well, the main goal that you have is that you don't want to have another thing that you stack on staff. So what you want to do is you want to have a situation where it's part of what they were already doing.
Okay.
And like I said before I got here, our behavior management in our building was really good. And so it wasn't like I very rarely have kids in my office for bad reasons. So it was nice to be able to incorporate this in, and they felt like it was really just the language of it and how they used it. And to their credit, the staff bought in on it, which was nice.
That's awesome. That's really excellent. All right, we're going to take a break, and next we're going to go over what's new for USD 379 and LES for the next school year.
Around here, we believe in local values like hard work, family time, or a fair price on reliable internet from a local company. That's why Eagle Communications delivers great local values, like a range of internet options to fit your family's needs. Fast and consistent enough to power everyone's devices at once. All at reasonable prices we're proud to offer our friends and neighbors. Ready for better internet? Give us a call or visit eaglecom.net and discover our local values today.
At Eagle Communications, we deliver what matters to your business. Our services are fast, reliable, secure, and competitively priced, giving you more value for your hard-earned business dollar. With Eagle Communications, you're not just another number, you're part of our business family. And we deliver peace of mind with local technicians who provide dedicated system monitoring and support. Connect to something better. Call Eagle Communications, and let's talk about what matters to your business.
Welcome back to Clay Center Now. This is Amy Bear with Clay County Economic Development Group, and I'm speaking with Principal Matt Weller here at Lincoln Elementary School, and we were talking about the 7 characteristics and the National Characteristic Award that they had won, and we were speaking about we wanted to definitely highlight some of the great things you have going on within the school. Because we definitely want to, be able to showcase that, to all of you guys out there. So Matt, why don't you elaborate on some of those items that we can visually see throughout the school?
Sure. Well, one of the things we do every week is we have what's called a Rise and Shine assembly.
Okay.
And the neat thing about the Rise and Shine is that about 60% of it is run completely by our 3rd graders. So they actually run the assembly, and basically what it is it's a way to highlight all the good things that happened during that week at Lincoln Elementary. So we have lots of things. We have simple things like attendance champions for students. The classes and the grade levels do the best job of being here on time and doing what they're supposed to do and getting here. And then I do a thing called a good news call today, where I call parents of a kid. Teachers will email me and just say, hey, bring this kid in because he or she did this. And it could be academic, but a lot of times it's just, hey, I saw something doing the right thing.
Oh, that's excellent.
And so then we'll call parents, and then we'll recognize those kids that rise and shine. And then whenever this happens, then we invite parents to come, which is great because then it's good public relations because parents get to come in and see the good things that are going on too. But it's really cool to see the kids running the show on it. They take a lot of pride in it, and it's a big deal. And our Fridays are pretty packed. We have families in our building, so every kindergarten through third grade is put into a family that has one adult, and that can be a teacher or a classified staff, an aide or a para, and then they meet once every other week, and basically what they do is they do one of the 7 habits. They do a lesson involved with that Kristen gets available to the staff member who's the leader of the group. But the idea is those kindergartners will have the same family all the way through to third grade. So you'll lose your third graders, you'll pick up new kindergartners, but otherwise you have this group, this core group that's available. So you're developing that connection with other grade levels, and they do have secret handshakes and all kinds of crazy stuff that they do that they really enjoy. So again, you're trying to develop a culture to where you say, okay, somebody has my back. I know that this group of kids, even though not my grade, they have my back. And so we have a family tree in our cafeteria that we have. We have a legacy wall also in our cafeteria, which is our third grade does, and it's basically just small tiles, but it's part of our art curriculum.
Great.
And so they actually make this drawing, and they were doing this before I came, but then it's just a fundraiser. But I asked the art teacher, I said, hey, do they make these tiles? And she said yes. And so I basically started talking to the third graders about leaving a legacy behind, which most of them have no idea what that means. And basically the idea is, how do you want to be remembered at Lincoln Elementary when you're gone? And so they think about it, and they actually draw how they want to be remembered on this tile, and then we put these tiles up in the cafeteria. The whole idea is that our whole school was a lot of different shades of beige, and it was pretty boring. And so we really wanted to spice up and make, elementary is supposed to be fun, which again helps get kids here. And so we've tried to get as much color into the building as possible when we go through. So that's really big. We have a reveal night in April, or in March or April, that we go through, and so they reveal each year's wall as they go through, and the idea is you're going to have all these different years of their legacy tiles behind them, which is kind of it's been a big deal for us too.
Yeah, that's really great. That's really
So
really great.
Again, the idea is think bigger than just I'm coming to school because my parents tell me I have to come to school, and try to get a bigger vision of what you want to be. One of the big things we did that started last year, and I totally stole this off of Facebook, but we do a graduation walk where the seniors come in their last day of school, and they actually walk the hallways, and all the kids line the hallways, and the seniors have a picture of them when they're in kindergarten. And then they walk through, and one of our habits is begin with the end in mind, and then they go through, and we go back to the gym, and then we have an assembly, and we invite the seniors' parents to come, and so they all show up, and we basically talk to our kindergarten through third graders about, hey, this is going to be you someday, and we talk about what a valedictorian is, and what their robe and their cords mean, and and who was involved in what in high school, and basically teach those kids that, hey, this is going to be you, and try to get them to think a little bit ahead of that, and want to be in that stage, and hopefully remember that day, and then they want to go do that, and so maybe that helps them just a little bit more down the road go through.
And what kind of feedback do you get from the seniors that participate in this type of program?
Well, I've gotten a lot of feedback from senior parents that really enjoyed it, and we play sappy music and they bawl like babies because it's the seniors' last day, so it's emotional for them anyway. But it's just it's a good way to tie in. The more things that we can do that tie in the community and the schools with each other, I think the better off we are, because those kindergartners have no idea who those seniors are for the most part. So one of the things we started this year I thought has been a good thing is is every single class has a service project that they do. So they have every single class comes up with a mission statement. We have a general school mission statement, but then every class has their own mission statement of how they want to be known for.
Okay.
So, and they put those outside their door, but then they also have a service project that they decide upon as a group. So the teacher doesn't say, hey, we're going to do this. It's the class comes up with it together.
Okay.
And the idea of it is that community-based servant. Yeah, our community does a remarkable job of supporting USD 379, and we just had a bond issue that proves it.
Sure.
But the nice thing about it is that these kids are now giving back to the community. So we do things like we go to some of the nursing home once a month with them and spend time with them there. Some of the stuff that's actually is just involved in Lincoln, but some of it is branched out into the community, which is nice because the goal is that, again, kids see the bigger picture in things.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quickly, what kind of impact do you feel that your characteristics and then the seven, I believe seven habits and the characteristics, I apologize. Do you think that's going to have within the community and society as a general later in life?
Well, it's interesting. We started the Leader in Me essentially, I guess it would have been 3 years ago. 4 years ago now, when we start in the fall. But my wife is a high school math teacher, and she and I have talked about it. It'd be interesting to see what these kids look like, and if there's any change in them in terms of character education and that sort of thing when they get up to high school. We talk to business owners all the time and community members, and they say, hey, it's great that the kids know all this stuff about academics, but we need kids that can that come into a job interview and know what to do. We need kids that treat people the right way and show up to work on time and show up to work every day. That's what we need. And so hopefully this program is going to help in that. And the academic side of things we'll be fine, because I think we have a really good academics at Clay Center, but getting kids ready to be a good person in life, I think, is really important too.
Absolutely. I think that's just as important, if not more so important than the academics when you really break it down in life, because those are great general life skills. All right, well, that is all the time that we have for this month's Clay Center Now. If you have any more questions, you can either email us or catch us on YouTube. And until next month, we'll see you later.